Please be on your feet as we welcome the procession of the Vice Chancellor.
Making room to pursue what we said that we dare to walk to achieve the best in the sciences. Till the nation gain the world. Touching lives and making impact in the nation. Touching lives and making impact in the world. Unimed, keeping up for a better tomorrow. Unimed, better health for a greater nation.
First is the faculty and staff procession. That's members of the Faculty of Nursing. Thank you very much. We are going to take the anthems. We'll start with the national anthem, thereafter Ondo State anthem, Unimed anthem, and the Northeast anthem. First, the national anthem. Thank you very much. Next is the Ondo State anthem. Thank you. Next is the university anthem.
Nothing like some making me parties or you go. Unimed, giving over tomorrow. Unimed, better health for a greater nation. Pathway to a healthy nation. And a benchmark in health education. Step by step, we one on one. Touching lives and making it party, the nation is a goal. Touching lives and making it parties, how we will go. Unimed, giving hope for a better tomorrow.
Thank you. That is Unimed anthem in Unimed style. Thank you. Next is the nurses anthem.
We are called to serve humanity, and now with the art and science of caring, we are built on integrity and discipline that transcends through every generation. Immaculate and amicable, we are the sons of hope to anyone, and the foundation for building a healthy world. Together we shall stand, no seeds of praise, no seeds of caring, an epitome of humility and service. We especially ordained for this vocation. Yes, I'm proud to be an act for responsiveness as selfless service. Innovative and initiative and honor humility. G for gentleness and love. No seeds of grace, no seeds of caring, an epitome of humility and service. We especially ordained for this vocation. Yes, I'm proud to be an nurse.
Please be seated. On behalf of the Vice Chancellor of this great citadel of learning, Professor Adeshegun Fatosi, I want to warmly welcome you all to the second induction ceremony of professional nurses of the University of Medical Sciences, Ondo. Our time is fast spent, and so we are going to cut the introductions and recognitions so brief this afternoon. The Vice Chancellor is unavoidably absent, but he is ably and well represented by the #1 woman in the university, She is a professor of molecular and cellular parasitology and an experienced academic with more than 30 years in the management of institutions like this. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Professor Rose Angela I. Uwoba, representing the Vice Chancellor on this occasion. Thank you very much, ma'am. We also have the number 2 person in line of the organogram of the university here seated today, the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Administration and Clinical Services of the university. He is specialized in the area of restorative dentistry, and he is a fellow of the West African College of Surgeons, FWACS, a fellow of the National Postgraduate Medical College of Nigeria. Please put your hands together for Professor Adopos Odogun Lotu. Thank you. We also have on this occasion the registrar of the university and a seasoned administrator with many years in the service of Nigerian university system, in person of Dr. Waliola J. Ekundayo, ably and well represented by the deputy registrar, Mrs. Bola Aruwoshegbe. Also on this occasion, we have the first substantive bursar of the university with more than 20 years of experience in financial management of tertiary institutions in the country. Please put your hands together for Mr. M.S. Oluwanife Shitu, FCA, Fellow, Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria. Also, on this occasion, we have the librarian of the university, in person of Mr. Femi Folonsho. Mr. Vice Chancellor, ably represented by the Deputy Vice Chancellor Academic, permit me also to intimate this audience with the presence of other dignitaries that we have here seated today. We have the Chairman, Committee of Deans for the University, and the Dean of the School of Public Health, in person of Professor Wasiu Olalekan Adebimpe. You're welcome, sir. Also, join me to welcome the host dean, the dean for these inductees today, Dr. Margaret M. Oladapo. Thank you. We also have here the guest speaker today who will be giving the professional charge to all the inductees that we have here today, in person of Dr. C.B. Bello. A round of applause for Dr. Bello. You're highly welcome. Let me also recognize dignitaries from the faculty, as well as the head of nursing services that we have here present. We have here today the Director of Nursing Services, Ministry of Health, in person of Dr. Alice Ogundele. We have DNS, Ondo State Primary Healthcare Board, Mrs. Kayero. DNS, Unimed Teaching Hospital, Mrs. Adetomobi. DNS Hospital Management Board, Mrs. Olawale Y.A. And the chairman for the Nursing Association in Ondo State, NANM, Comrade Kehinde Olomiye. Mr. Vice Chancellor, let me also recognize the deans that we have here present. We have the Dean of the Faculty of Allied Health Sciences on seat in person of Dr. Abdulaziz Aderemi Abubakar. We have the Dean of the Faculty of Science, Dr. C.J. Olowokere. The Dean of the Faculty of Basic Medical Sciences, Dr. Esosa Muwango. We have the Dean of Faculty of Medical Rehabilitation, ably and well represented by Professor Dele Owolawi. Let me also recognize all members of staff here present. You are all recognized and welcome on this occasion. And parents that are on this occasion, please put your hands together for them and celebrate them again for this achievement. And the nurses, the inductees for today, please stand up for recognition. All the inductees that we are celebrating with today, please put your hands together for all of them. Thank you very much. You can be seated. Mr. Vice Chancellor, this recognition will not be complete if I can't recognize the only president that we have in the House, the president of the Faculty of Nursing Alumni Association of the University of Medical Sciences, Ondo. He is Mr. Oshifade Oyeyemi. The recipient of 2021 goes that is National Leadership Award for Pioneer Graduates of the Faculty of Nursing Science, Unimed, Ondo. Thank you very much. For the sake of our time, that should be the size of recognition for now. We are going to start with the welcome address that will be delivered by the Dean of the Faculty of Nursing Science. Please put your hands together for Dr. M.M. Oladapo as she steps forward to deliver the welcome address on this induction ceremony.
Chancellor and Chairman of the Day, Professor Adeshegun Fatusi, the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Administrative and Clinical Services, Professor Ondo, the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Academics, Professor Rose Angela Anuba, all principal officers here present, the Registrar, Dr. Waliola J. Ekundayo, ably represented by Mrs. Saro Shekwe, the Bossa, MSO, Shitu, the University Librarian, Mr. Folorunsho Femi Joseph, the Chairman, Committee of Deans, and the Chairman, Committee of Professional Induction Ceremonies of the University, Professor W. Adebimpe, all professors here present, Deans of Faculties, Directors, Heads of Departments, and Heads of Units in the University here present, my Lord Spiritual and Temporal, parents and guardians of the inductees of the day, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to welcome you all to this august occasion of the induction ceremony of the second set of graduating BEdC students in the Faculty of Nursing Science in this specialized University of Medical Sciences. We are happy to have you with us to participate and share in the joy of this occasion. I wish to welcome our amiable Vice Chancellor, Professor Adeshegun Fatusi, ably represented by the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Academics. You are appreciated for accepting to chair this occasion and for being personally present. You are welcome, sir. I wish to sincerely appreciate the Chairman, Committee of Professional Inductor Committee Ceremony of the University, Professor W. Adebimpe, for his efforts in making today's ceremony a reality. You are welcome, sir. I wish to specially recognize our special guest of honor, the Secretary General and Registrar of the Nursing and Midwifery Council of Nigeria, Alhaji Dr. Farouk Umar Abubakar, ably represented by a man Udonte, who is on his way here. Alhaji Dr. Farouk, on his way here, the Director of Health of Department of Research in the Council. Thank you for coming. You are welcome, sir. I welcome Dr. C.B. Bello, the head of Department of Community Health Nursing, Afefe Balola University, Ado-Ekiti, and our induction lecturer of today. You have contributed a lot to the growth of nursing profession. May the Lord enable you to challenge and inspire us today through the induction lecture, maximizing collective intelligence in healthcare through teamwork, the role of the nurse. Thank you for honoring our invitation. Our energetic and dynamic Director of Nursing Services in the Ministry of Health and Chairman of the Ondo State Nursing and District Midwifery Committee, Mrs. Alice Ogundele, you have always been a pillar of support to the faculty. You are welcome, ma'am. I welcome Mrs. Kajero AA, the Director of Nursing Services, Ondo State Primary Healthcare Development Agency, who ensures supportive supervision of our students with an adequate community-based experience. And Mrs. Y.A. Olawale, the Director of Nursing Services, Hospitals Management Board. They have contributed greatly to the success of these inductees. You are appreciated and welcome. Director of Nursing Services, Unimed Teaching Hospital Complex, Mrs. Ajetumobi, and our preceptors here present. You are welcome. The Medical Director, Unimed Teaching Hospital, Dr. Igil Oluwole, had been giving our students the enabling environment for their clinical experience. You are welcome, sir. The President, National Association of Nigerian Nurses and Midwives, Nurse Nnachi Mine, ably represented by Comrades Kehinde Olomiye, Chairman of Ondo State National Association of Nigerian Nurses and Midwives. You are welcome, sir. I welcome the Chairman, Ondo State Council of National Association of Nigerian Nurses and Midwives, Comrade Kehinde Olomiye. You have been a pillar of support for us, sir. We appreciate your coming to grace this occasion. The National President, University Graduates of Nursing Science Association, GOZA, Nurse Ojo Idowu Okoyemi, you are welcome. I congratulate the happy parents and guardians of the inductees. We thank God for preserving your lives to see today and celebrate with your children. My dear inductees, I congratulate you on this joyous occasion as our second inductees in the Faculty of Nursing Science, Unimed. You have been trained in the cognitive, psychomotor, and affective domains. You must be of good character and demonstrate good leadership. You must behave appropriately at all times and must never put Unimed and the faculty in disrepute. You should uphold our core values and ethics of our noble profession. Once again, congratulations. I welcome every staff and friends of Unimed here present. Once again, I welcome you all. I wish us a wonderful time and journey messages back to our various destinations. Thank you for coming, and God bless us all.
Another round of applause for Dr. M.M. Oladapo, Acting Dean of the Faculty of Nursing of the University. Mr. Vice Chancellor, represented by the DVC ACAD, permit me also to warmly recognize and welcome all the HODs in the Faculty of Nursing, including Mrs. Atondero M.O., HOD Maternal and Child Health Nursing. You're welcome. We have the HOD of Community Health, Mrs. Elemile M.G., and the HOD Nursing Education and Administration, Mrs. Oluwaseyi O.T. For Adult Head of the Department Adult Health and Nursing, Mrs. Polarinwa O. And let me also recognize the chairperson of the induction of a Faculty of Nursing program in person of Mrs. Iwaola O. Mercy. Thank you very much. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, permit me also to recognize the immediate past Dean of the Faculty of Nursing here present in person of Dr. Mrs. Bridget Aki Otiko. Thank you. Next is the address of the Vice Chancellor of the University, Professor Adeshegun Fatosi, and will be presented by the Deputy Vice Chancellor Academic of the University. Please stand and welcome Professor Los Angela I. Uwumba.
Good afternoon, everybody. Yeah, I'm presenting a speech on behalf of the Vice Chancellor, Professor Adeshegun Fatosi, who wished to be here but unfortunately is absent for some important duties. So, the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Academic and Clinical Services, the Registrar, the Bursar, the Acting Librarian, representative of the Registrar's Secretary General, Nursing and Midwifery Council, who is on the way, the Director of Nursing Services, Ministry of Health, Director of Nursing Services, Hospital Management Board, Director of Nursing Services, Primary Health Care, and the Head of Nursing Services, Unimed TH Ondo. Our guest speaker, Mrs. Bello, Dr. Mrs. Bello, President and Representative of the National Association of Nigerian Nurses and Midwives, National President, Representative, University Graduate and Nursing Science Association, Nursing and Midwifery Council of Nigeria, Zonal Office, Akure, and the Acting Dean, Faculty of Nursing, Dr. Margaret Oladapo, all other deans, professors, member of Senate, directors and HODs, all other staff members, academic and non-teaching, the inductees, graduating students, proud, rejoicing parents and guardians, other eminent guests and stakeholders, distinguished ladies and gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. I'm also going to recognize the chairman of the House of Assembly Committee on Higher Education, who is also here to honor his daughter that is also being inducted. You're all welcomed. I'm greatly delighted to welcome you all to this induction ceremony of the second graduating set of Bachelors of Nursing Science students by the Nursing and Midwifery Council of Nigeria. I am particularly honored to congratulate our inductees, graduating students on this historic occasion for their induction. Likewise, I would like to congratulate the University of Medical Sciences, Ondo, for producing the second set of nursing science professionals. I also want to heartily welcome and congratulate the parents and guardians of our inductees and graduating students. Let me seize this opportunity to express my sincere appreciation to the Nursing and Midwifery Council of Nigeria and its esteemed Registrar and Secretary General, Alhaji Farouk Omar Abubakar, who is going to be ably represented by Emmanuel. I'm not sure, is it Emmanuel coming? Yes, by Emmanuel Udote. Thank you for honoring us with your presence. It is my pleasure to heartily welcome the guest speaker, Dr. Mrs. C.B. Bello, thank you for accepting the invitation to speak to our inductee and graduating students today. I am greatly delighted to welcome all our distinguished guests and stakeholders, all DNS here present, Mrs. Ogundele, Mrs. Olawale, Mrs. Kajero, Mrs. Ajutumobi, the National President representing NANNM, President and representative of the UGONSA, and representatives of the NMC and Zonal Office Akure. We are thankful for the array of professionals participating in this event, as they are all leading experts in the field of nursing science. I warmly welcome you all, and we are grateful that you have chosen to grace this occasion with your presence. Thank you very much. Let me also use this opportunity to congratulate and express my deep sense of gratitude to the acting dean of the Faculty of Nursing Science, Dr. Margaret Oladapo, and all other staff members of the great Faculty of Nursing Science for all your efforts, nurturing and impacting these students with skill, knowledge, and ability to mold them into excellent and highly skilled professionals. In addition, I would like to appreciate everyone outside the faculty that has contributed in one way or the other to the development of the nursing science program in Unimed. Our former and current staff members, you are all highly appreciated. Again, I congratulate all members of the Faculty of Nursing Science, academic and administrative staff on this joyous occasion. We are proudly Nigeria's first specialized University of Medical and Health Sciences. And as such, we are a product of a powerful vision and innovative mindset. We are committed to living true to the dream of our founding fathers, which is to be a thriving medical and health science university, locally, nationally, and internationally recognized for excellence in health, education, and research, and to pursue the agenda of being a one-stop institution for all health and medical science courses. The university is committed to producing more nurses that are required for the healthcare sector of this country. And more importantly, the situation of brain drain in the healthcare sector of the country is being experienced, and we all know. Most of our well-trained and highly skilled nurses have all immigrated to foreign countries in search of better working conditions and environments. Therefore, as a university, we will relentlessly pursue our mandate to produce more nursing science professionals to develop and improve our healthcare service delivery. Another feat we are proud of is that of an uninterrupted academic calendar, an increasing role phenomenon for government-owned institution in our country in contemporary times. Unimed has indeed maintained an atmosphere of peace and a disruptive-free calendar over the last 7 years. So we know that any student that comes into Unimed will graduate on time. We thank them for not following the bandwagon of going on strike during this period of strike that has lasted for more than 9 months. The entire Faculty of Nursing Science staff and the chairman of Committee of Professional Induction Committee, Professor Adebimpe, you deserve our sincere gratitude for pulling off this ceremony. Our dear graduating students, I again heartily felicitate with you today as you are being inducted into your profession. You have been called to a health profession of nursing. I therefore implore you to adhere to the core values of the practice of nursing, which is the human dignity, integrity, honesty, resilience, hard work, teamwork, patience, and compassion. The need of appropriate nursing care has continued to increase globally, which translates to the fact that many opportunities will come your way in your chosen career. While seizing these opportunities and forging ahead with future careers, I enjoin you to conduct yourself responsibly as worthy ambassadors of this great university. I urge you to imbibe the aforementioned code of ethics of the profession and exhibit them in your professional lives, ensuring the greatest quality and standard of your profession. In addition, as we have recently learned as the 9th distinguished lecturer of the university, I want to encourage you to be empathic and sympathetic to the situation and circumstances of your clients and patients. This way, you will be improving and providing a better quality of healthcare to everybody around you. In this atmosphere of celebration and rejoicing, it is proper and very important to point out to you the implication of this induction ceremony. An induction is an oath-swearing ceremony, so I implore you all to respect the oath of this induction ceremony. The university environment has offered you an atmosphere of learning and community service, as our motto conveys. It has also offered you an environment of excellence and innovation. I therefore charge you to continually learn and relearn as you embark on your professional journey. You have invested years of hard work and commitment here at the university, and today that has resulted in a new crop of professionals about to proceed into a professional journey of developing and improving nursing care and health policies in our nation. At this juncture, once again, I congratulate all our inductees and graduating students. I request you all to extend the celebration to members of your families and well-wishers, as they have contributed in many significant ways to the realization of your dreams today, especially their encouragement and prayers, as well as the funding of your studies, which is a crucial part of your education. My prayer to you is that you will forge ahead gloriously in life. And as you pursue your career, I pray you will do so in the glory of God. I wish you all the best, and it is hoped that you will all contribute positively to the nursing nursing care delivery system. I pray that the Lord's blessings, guidance, and protection will be upon you all in your future endeavor. Thank you, and God bless you.
A deep round of applause for the Vice Chancellor, represented by the DVC ACAD of the university. Thank you, ma'am. Let me also, at this point, warmly recognize and welcome on this occasion the immediate past Deputy Vice Chancellor Academic of the University of Medical Sciences, Ondo, Professor Adesheye Arogunjo. I understand he's in this garden. A round of applause for Professor Arogunjo. Thank you, sir. We also have on this occasion the DDNS, Unimed Teaching Hospital, Ondo, Mrs. Olanusi Bibi. You're welcome, ma. Also, we have the DDNS from that Unimed Teaching Hospital, Mrs. Aki Mojobi O. You're welcome, ma. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we have on this occasion the Chairman, House Committee on Tertiary Education of Ondo State House of Assembly, Honorable Felemu Gudu Bankole. A round of applause for Honorable Felemu Gudu Bankole. Let me also recognize the Vice Dean of the Faculty of Nursing today, in person of Dr. Mary Idowu Edward. You're welcome, ma'am. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, ably represented by the DVC, it may interest you to note that we have a good friend of the university in the house, in person of Dr. Abbas Mimiko. You're welcome, sir. Thank you, sir. At this point, I'd like to call on Mrs. Grace Elemile to take the citation of the guest lecturer. A round of applause for Mrs. Elemile.
Standing on the existing protocol. Standing on the existing protocol, permit me to call on Dr. Bukola Cecilia to be on the stand as I read a citation. Dr. Cecilia Bukola Bello was born about 6 decades ago in Ondo town, Ondo State. She began her educational journey in our serial primary school, Isho, Ondo City, where she obtained her primary education. She obtained her secondary education from St. Monica's Girls' Grammar School in Ondo City. All through her primary and secondary education, Dr. Bello had always admired nurses and had always prayed to be one of them. This was greatly supported by her father, who led to her securing admission into School of Nursing in the late 70s. Dr. Bello began her nursing career in the whole School of Nursing at Ado-Ekiti, where she obtained a registered nurse certificate, RN, and went further to School of Midwifery, Akure, and obtained registered midwife certificate, RN. She thereafter worked as a clinician for over 14 years. Her clinical practice took her to various health facilities, both primary and secondary in Ondo State, in further search for broad-based knowledge in nursing. Dr. Bukola Bello went for peri-operative nursing in Obafemi Awolowo University Teaching Hospital, Ile-Ife, and became a peri-operative nurse. She worked for about 5 years in the theater of the then State Specialist Hospital, Akure. As a clinician, Dr. Bukola Bello performed her nursing functions with passion and with the fear of God. She was very vocal among colleagues and the health team generally, and enjoys being patient advocates, protecting their interests at any level. While working as a perioperative nurse, there was great need for teachers and clinical instructors in the defunct School of Nursing in Akure. As a result of special recommendation by virtue of the recognition of Dr. Bello's level of intelligence and passion for excellence in her work among colleagues, she was transferred to the school as a clinical instructor, where she was also involved in teaching. She was well loved by her students, and she is a model to many of them till today. The love that our students had for her was boldly shown in a survey that the then DNS at Ministry of Health carried out to assess teacher-student relationship in the school. One of the students' slang then was, if Mrs. Bello teaches you a thing and you don't understand it, you can never understand it again. Within the few years that she worked in the School of Nursing, she bagged the award of the best teacher more than twice. As a result of her insatiable search for knowledge and quest for ways to improve herself, Dr. Bello went back to class. She had her first degree in nursing science in Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife in 2009. She became the Director of Nursing Services, Hospital Management Board, Ondo State in 2010. While still in office as a director, she went further and obtained a master's degree in nursing science from the same Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife in 2015. As a director in HMB, one of her activities was the revival of continuing education program and among nursing workforce under HMB every month. Attendance was compulsory. Dr. Bukola Bello later retired from civil service in 2014. She began her real journey into academics immediately after retirement as a lecturer in the Faculty of Nursing at Afe Babalola University, Ado Ekiti, in 2014. She obtained a PhD degree in Obafemi Awolowo University in 2019. Currently, she is a senior lecturer and the head of Department in Community Health Nursing, Faculty of Nursing Science, Abuad. She has received many awards, which includes Best Dressed Lecturer, Most Supportive Lecturer, Most Influencing Lecturer, and so on. She has about 20 published academic papers in reputable national and international journals. She has presented papers in conferences, which includes NANDA High Conference. She has held various key positions in academic arena, which includes Head Community Health Nursing, Faculty of Nursing Science, Harvard. Served in many committees of the College of Medicine and Health Sciences in Harvard. External examiner to many universities. She has served as external examiner and script marker to the Nursing and Midwifery Council of Nigeria. She has also served as external examiner and script marker to the West Africa Health Examination Board, WAHED. She is a reviewer of Journal of Public Health Research. She is also a member of many learned and professional bodies, including Sigma Tau, International Association of Honors in Nursing. Dr. Bukola Bello is married, and her marriage is blessed with 4 children, all of whom are grown-up adults and are successful in their different fields. She is a Christian, God-fearing, and a deaconess in the living church. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you an erudite scholar, patient advocate, a distinguished teacher, a role model to many, a voice in nursing profession, and a pride of nursing profession. Yaya, welcome back.
Thank you very much. The Vice Chancellor, Professor Segun Fatusi, in absentia, ably represented by Professor Rosan Angela. The Deputy Vice Chancellor, Admin and Clinical Services, Professor Lotu. The Deputy Vice Chancellor, Academics, Professor Rosanjena. The Registrar, Dr. Wole Ekundayo. And the Secretary General, Nursing and Midwifery Council of Nigeria, Dr. Farouk Abubakar, ably represented by Mr. Emmanuel Edontre. I seek your indulgence to stand on the existing protocol. I want to count this a great privilege to be the guest lecturer for this occasion. I appreciate the management for giving approval for my invitation. I want to also greet our inductees, the nurses, that in few minutes they will be taking the oath and they will be joining the fold of nurses all over the world. I want to salute your courage. I always say this slang: there is no free lunch in London. That is about the Nursing and Midwifery Council exam. You need to really work hard. There is no free lunch in London. That is my slang for my students. You really need to work to earn it. And for you to be here today as inductees is an indication that you have really worked hard. And I say congratulations. Well done. It wasn't easy, but I tell you, it's worth it. Well done. Congratulations once again. Our topic for today's induction is termed Maximizing Collective Intelligence in Healthcare Through Teamwork, the Role of the Nurse. What are we actually talking about? There is a global demand for quality health care. And if we are going to talk about giving quality health care, then we must be talking about developing the healthcare providers. There are many factors that are responsible for quality services in the healthcare sector. But I tell you, one of the foundational elements to ensure quality services is the healthcare provider. And that's why we are going to see how can we come together as a team, maximize the intelligence that we all have from the different training and education that we have all received as specialists in the healthcare sector. And specifically, we are going to be seeing what are the roles, the responsibilities of the nurse. This is my outline. We're going to be looking at what we mean by teamwork. How do we maximize our intelligence as team members? We are going to be looking at different strategies that can be used. We're going to see challenges, and then we're going to be talking about the role of the nurse. Now, Let me start by saying that the approach of providing healthcare services has implication on the patient safety and health outcomes. And that is why today it is no longer acceptable for a single healthcare provider to render healthcare services to a patient solely. It is not regarded as quality healthcare service, and it is not likely to yield patient satisfaction as it is required. There is a global demand for quality patient center, and there is need for health providers development with a focus on patient-centered teamwork approach. Today, the government is talking about sustainable development goals, in which universal health coverage is an important objective. If we are going to achieve this, then we must be talking about providing qualitative care for our clients. It is assumed that an individual person is not capable of providing qualitative care. Team has the capacity to achieve more than individual will achieve, and that's why we're calling ourselves together, saying that we need to come together as a team, and as nurses, let's take our place, let's know our position and our responsibilities. Good enough, the healthcare system is made up of team already, with different categories of people with different specialties. And incidentally, we have the same goal. What's our goal? Our goal is patient safety. Our goal is that our patients will go home with the best health outcome. So who are these health professionals that we are talking about? We have the nurses, the physician, the pharmacist, the medical lab scientists, physical therapists, dietitians, psychologists. Please permit me, the list is endless. Just for space, there are a lot of specialists that are not on this list. The psychiatrists, the radiologists, the occupational therapists. There's still so many people that space did not permit us to put here. So this array of men and women that are specialists in their own field, they have special knowledge, they have abilities, they have skills that if they are put together, it can help us to perform much better. Like I said, there is a global demand for teamwork in the care of patients. Teamwork is an essential tool to achieve quality patient care. Now, what do we mean? I have some basic definition here, especially for those people that are not in the health sector, to have a better understanding of what we are saying. What do we mean? We are talking about increasing to maximum the potentials that we have, the knowledge that we have. Intelligence, talking about our ability to acquire and apply knowledge and skills. Then teamwork, talking about a combined action of a group of health professionals. Now let's define what do we mean by team and what do we mean by teamwork. A team is a distinguishable set of two or more people who interact dynamically, interdependently, and adaptively towards a common and valued goal, and are assigned specific roles to perform. Teamwork in healthcare is the interdependence, dealings of two or more people with common goals, working towards achieving measurable objectives through genuine discussion and problem-solving methods. Now, if we look at our definition, there are some common terminologies that are present in there. The first one is that it is about two or more people, and they need to interact together dynamically. They are interdependent, and they have to learn. No, it's okay. And they have to learn to be adaptive towards their common valued goal. They have to adapt to one another to be able to achieve this goal. I have a diagrammatic expression of this team that we are talking about. That's the patient at the center. And if you look at that arrow, everybody's arrow is pointing to the patient. I deliberately put the families there. Most time, our system, we are used to patients, and all our attention is to our patients. But in recent time, there is a call to also give care to families. Many times in our health institutions, families go through lots of stress, much more than even the patient that is lying on bed. So in this case, the family member can be a focus, and family member is also an important member of the team. As we go on, we'll be seeing the role of the family member as part of the team. The same way I have many specialists that are not on this diagram. Now, ordinarily, the healthcare sector has an individualistic nature. Each of those disciplines are autonomous, and they are capable of staying on their own. What do I mean? A doctor can actually take care of a patient, make a diagnosis, perform the doctor's role, perform the nurse's role, and the patients can be okay. The same way, the nurse is autonomous. The nurse can care for a patient without consulting a doctor, you know, knowing the diagnosis, get the necessary medication, treat the patient is going to be fine. The same way, the pharmacist, in many places now, you see pharmacists are consulting like doctors. They are inside certain room doing consultation, and they are treating clients, which means each of these specialists are capable of autonomy. Autonomy is expected to be a core value, but there is a challenge by many concepts of teamwork that is saying working together as team produce better performance, produce better results than us to be relying on autonomy as our core value. Now, how do we maximize our collective intelligence? Knowing fully well that each member, they have intelligence that is specific to their field, and their intelligence is unique. I tell people, nursing training is not the same thing as medicine. Sorry, I keep talking about the nurse, the doctor, because we interact much more than other specialists. So please permit me. There are other members. Now, the doctor is trained to make diagnosis of disease, to say this is hypertension, this is malaria fever, and to order drugs to treat the patient. I, as a nurse, I'm not trained like that. It's not my business to make diagnosis. As a nurse, I am interested in my patient's response to the disease. How is my patient responding to malaria fever? How is my patient responding to hypertension? My patient who is having malaria fever, who has been diagnosed as having malaria fever, is showing increased temperature. That's my concern. How do I bring this temperature down? My patient is not able to eat. He doesn't have appetite. That's my concern. And that is never the concern of the doctor. The doctor is concerned about making the differential diagnosis. This one looks like malaria. It looks like typhoid fever. Now, how can I say it is a typhoid fever or it is a malaria? That is what the doctor is pursuing. So, we are specific in our roles. The medical laboratory scientists interested in searching to say, what is the microorganism that is here? He's going to do a microscopy, culture, and sensitivity to say that it is Salmonella typhi that is here. And this microorganism will be sensitive to this particular drug. The same way the pharmacist is looking at which is the best medicine to give to this patient. Which one is the most convenient that this patient can take just once? Which one is very cheap? Which one is not going to cause an interaction with other things that the patient will be exposed to? So we have different roles. We have unique training, and everybody is on their lane without anyone subordinate to the other. So what we are now saying is that all this uniqueness that we carry, they can actually be put together to meet the patient's needs. So we can come up with our unique skills and make better decisions. We can come up with our unique skills to solve problems in a better way, to generate new ideas and execute tasks more effectively and efficiently. Now, why is teamwork important in healthcare? Why are we talking about teamwork in healthcare? There are proofs that teamwork improves performance, reduces medical errors, promotes quality patient care, increases efficiency, reduces unnecessary waste, improves health outcomes, promotes patient safety, and improves patient satisfaction. For example, patient satisfaction is one of the measures of quality care. So, if you give care and the patient is not satisfied, then it is not acceptable as quality care. Now, apart from that, teamwork in the health system helps to enhance job satisfaction among healthcare providers. It gives greater role clarity. Everybody knows their role and everybody is on their lane. It improves coordination of care, reduces workload, and helps us to pass down appropriate system of work to upcoming team members in the different disciplines. So these ones that we are bringing up, we need to socialize them into a correct system. Many of them, with the recent happening in our healthcare settings, they don't even know what is the ideal. You know, sometimes I interact with my students when they go on clinical experience, and I ask them, oh, how is the clinical experience? How is your ward round? You know, sometimes they will tell me, ma, they are just speaking to themselves. They don't speak to us. We just stand and we're just looking. This is not the best thing to pass down to these young ones. For a nurse that is in training, she must know the ideal thing. For a medical student, he or she must know the right conduct within the healthcare system. And that's why we need to embrace teamwork so that we can pass appropriate system to the upcoming team members in our different field. Now, I put this here while I was putting this paper together, knowing what is happening in most of our hospitals today. And I asked this question. I call it food for thought. We are not going to answer it. We are just going to, think about this. To what extent is a physician willing to engage student nurses to learn from him or her to contribute during a round? To what extent is done in the system? We cannot continue to go on like that. What are the different areas of team approach in the healthcare? Team will make better diagnosis, so we can actually come together to determine patient's diagnosis. To develop care plans to carry out procedures, to provide appropriate follow-up. So these are the different things that we can do together that can help us to improve the care that we give to our patients. What are the strategies that we can use to improve team-based approach in healthcare? And the first one is that people with relevant knowledge must be involved in matters, that is need to be discussed. Maybe you are handling a patient's case. There are certain conditions on the ward. Who are the people that have relevant knowledge that can make the work to be better? Do not forget that I spoke about the individualistic nature of the healthcare system. So a doctor can decide to think that, oh, we can order a patient for physiotherapy. We don't need to call the physiotherapist. The nurse might even think there's no need to invite the physiotherapy. Is it not about active and passive exercise? So we're going to be instructing the patient to do the active exercise. We will be helping the patient with the passive. No, it is not acceptable. There is no way a nurse will perform the duty of a physical therapist that could be like the one that has been specially trained for this. So the physical therapist must be invited to perform his role because for this case, he's relevant. Families are important people. When we talk about making diagnosis, making decisions about patient care, how often do we invite family members to contribute? Family members are integral. Sometimes ago, I followed a loved one to the hospital, and while the doctor was trying to do some things, I tried to say some things. And he told me, "Madam, please let me do my work." I was expecting that I'm supposed to be a strength, especially that I'm a learned person in this field. This person is supposed to rely on information from me. I'm supposed to, but he didn't give me a chance. And immediately he did that to me. I didn't want it to be like, oh, it's because she's a medical person. So I kept quiet and I was watching. Until a particular day, the information that I wanted to give to him, I gave it. I said, oh, and he said, oh, nobody told me. I said, I was trying to tell you the first time we had contact with you, but you never listened to me. So family members are very important. We must ensure that when it is necessary, we include them. Nurses, I don't know the trend today, but I've heard about, so many things. Nurses don't want to be part of the round. Nurses don't want to be, I don't call it doctor's round. I call it ward round because it doesn't belong to a particular person. It's a ward round. We move from one patient to the other to make decision about plan. I want us to know that we are very important and we have roles. So the nurses, our inductees should hear this today. You are very important. When there is a ward round and you are absent, then your patient is likely going to miss a whole lot. You are an advocate. You are an advocate of your patients. You must be on ground to protect the interests of the patient. Sometimes the doctor wants to conduct a physical examination, and because he's in a hurry, he's just pulling the patient and he's saying, I want to do a physical. You can say, excuse me, doctor, can we get a screen so that, what are you doing there? You are protecting the interests of your patient. When you are not there, then a whole lot may be missing. Now, apart from that, people with relevant knowledge must learn to speak up so that their expertise will be used effectively. There are so many reasons why people may have knowledge that is important. I'm going to be mentioning some of them when I'm talking about the challenges of teamwork. And people will have this knowledge and they will not be able to speak up, but we must always speak up. We must ensure that we express the knowledge that we have that is important in the management of our patients. We must actively inspire other team members to give information. Even when nobody is giving information, everybody is standing, the student nurse is there, the medical student is there, the nurse level 1 is there, the pharmacist is there, and maybe nobody is even saying anything about this. The team leader should ask questions, and let people also give their opinion about decision. This is the plan for this patient. This patient is going to be operated. This is going to be done. You must ensure that you express yourself. Peradventure, you have a contrary opinion. We must also show appreciation for members' contribution. When members contribute, let's encourage them by appreciating them, so that those team members can feel psychologically safe and they will be willing to speak up next time. Once a team member voiced her knowledge, it must be included into the teamwork and not ignored or dismissed. This prevents the common knowledge effect. The common knowledge effect is when somebody thinks that what I'm about to say is like everybody will know this. So why are they not saying it? It's a common thing. Let me not bother myself. Everybody knows that fever is a sign and symptom of malaria. So I don't need to mention it. Common knowledge effect. So we must ensure that we give opportunity to members to voice out their idea. Now, what are the values of members of high-functioning teams in healthcare? Now, we need to talk about this, because if we are going to embrace teamwork, then we will be looking into our culture. What's our culture? What's our values? What's our principles? We might need to develop new culture. We might need to have new values. We might need to develop fresh principles that will guide our work. So what are the values of members? Discipline. Discipline. Each member of the team must take their roles responsibly, must be available to perform their duty responsibly. Even though sometimes it may not be convenient, but we must be disciplined to ensure that we are at our duty post at all times. When is the time for ward round? What are the things that are supposed to be available for ward round? These are things that we need to make arrangements for and ensure that they are in place for it to be performed. How are we supposed to be dressed? How are we supposed to, portray ourselves? All of this must be put in place. Creativity. Creativity is talking about members of the team looking into everyday's work and trying to see how we are making improvements, how we are following the right path. And in case there is any error anywhere, then we quickly point it out that something is wrong here. Members of the team must be humble. We must realize that there is no one within the team member that is subordinate to the other. We carry different specialties, and everybody has been exposed to only what he requires to learn in his or her own discipline. So no one is subordinate, and everybody must humble themselves. There is no one that is an island of knowledge. We must not be biased. against each other. Then team members must be curious, waiting daily, eager, waiting for coming together to make decisions. You are planning at home. Oh, we have a case of hypertension on our ward. And you are reading ahead, waiting that when the doctor comes today, I'm going to ask this question. Why is patient with hypertension, breathing, having difficulty in breathing, and all that? So you are curious. You are waiting each day for the activities of the day. Members must be honest, communicate correctly with one another. I have here a framework for team effectiveness. And if we look at it, we will see that it is from step to step with different variables that we need to look into. And for team effectiveness, if we look at the down row, we will see organizational condition, team leadership, technical competence, clear roles and purpose. And that's why I said that in our system, we might need to have a fresh culture, values and principles that support teamwork. So, teamwork must be reinforced in our organization, and we must build supportive culture. There must be accountability. Members need to be trained. We must have adequate staff, and roles of individuals within the team must be spelled out. We must have new attitude, have value for teamwork, assume positive intent, believe that it is possible. We must also develop appropriate behavior, willing to exchange information. We are not hoarding information. It's like, don't let us give out our information so that they will not be. There is no way we can perform each other's roles. No. We will only be helping our patients. We must reflect on progress. And all of this put together will help team effectiveness. What are the challenges of teamwork? Common knowledge effect. I have explained this. People just think, oh, I don't need to say this. Everybody knows this. When I say this, even somebody in primary school knows that malaria fever, there is increased temperature, Cognitive biases. Don't be biased about a particular discipline to think, oh, they are less intelligent. Stereotype about certain group of expertise, that we must ensure psychological safety. Psychological safety is when we refuse to reject somebody's idea or we embarrass the person as a result of, I had an experience many years ago. One of my students was on a ward round. I wasn't really there. He came to tell me the story when the whole thing turned haywire. And he said during a ward round, she was in charge to monitor the ward round and to record what was happening. And he noticed that this doctor ordered a medicine and he didn't put for how many days, The dose was there, how many times in a day was there, but we don't know, is it for 5 days, is it for 1 week, And he quickly called the attention of the doctor and said, excuse me, doctor, you didn't put the number of days for this medicine. The doctor refused to respond to this nurse. The nurse thought the doctor didn't hear. And he said, excuse me, doctor, I'm asking this question. The doctor said, excuse me, if you don't know, go and ask your senior ones. And the guy kept quiet. After the round, the nurse went to the doctor and said, doctor, please, I don't like the way you spoke to me the other time. And the doctor said, you must be very stupid. And that was the beginning. And the other nurse said that you are also very, very stupid. And that was the beginning. So, if you look at this nurse, if we are not careful, he's not likely to perform well in a teamwork because of what we term psychological safety. Because of the embarrassment, because of the rejection, especially that he's learning, he doesn't have, the confidence, he wouldn't have the confidence next time to come on. So we must ensure psychological safety. I also know a surgeon when I was a student in OAU. When there is surgery, we will stand round about the theater table and he will be asking us questions. When you cannot answer, you will turn the back of your hand and he will be using the forceps to hit the back of the hand of the students. This is not an appropriate way of bringing up young ones. Instability of team members, disagreements and conflicts among team members. Now, let's go to the role of the nurse, which is the key work that we need to do here. I have been able to establish here that it is important for nurses to be part of the teamwork. As a matter of fact, we are an integral member of the teamwork and we cannot afford to back out. So, first and foremost, what are our roles? One of our roles is to work jointly and actively with other members of the team. Consider the knowledge of all team members. Nurses must see it as an obligation. It is an obligation. It is not because you are subordinate. Because the doctor is about to carry out a physical examination on a patient and you decide to help him pull a screen to cover the patient. It's an obligation. It is not saying that you are subordinate. The fact that the doctor comes into the ward and say, I want to see so patient, and let him go. I think he can. That is the patient in bed 16. That is not how to perform teamwork. We must ensure that we collaborate. We must cooperate as much as possible. We must be willing to give assistance to members of the team. The physiotherapist is around to see a patient and to engage the patient in some exercises. The physiotherapist may need somebody to help to lift a leg, may need somebody to help to do a thing. The nurse must be there. The nurse will not only be there, the nurse must ensure that he is aware of all the dealings with the patient because you are the patient's advocate. You must be able to give account of what the patient has been exposed to. So it is important that we cooperate. As a matter of fact, I say that we are the manager of the entire team because we are the rallying point. We are the one that is always there. We are the rallying point. They go and they come and they still meet us. So we must ensure that we manage the team very well. We must recognize the contributions of team members and we must manage conflicts. We must communicate. When you are part of the team, you are not just there to be looking. You are supposed to communicate. I remember those days. I don't like it during a ward round when my patient is telling the doctor, Doctor, I didn't sleep well. I always feel bad. I should know that my patient did not sleep well. Even though I wasn't on night duty, it must have been handed over to me that this patient, how can the patient be the one that is giving an information about things that pertains to his health? Where is the nurse? The nurse is the one that will say, oh, my patient is on this drug, is not tolerating the drug. I want to suggest that the drug should be changed. It's not the patient that will be telling, each time I take the drug, I always vomit. So we must ensure that we speak as a team member, we listen, we read, and we write. We must ensure that we encourage team members. We may want to ask, if we are encouraging team members, who is going to encourage us? We are going to be encouraging one another. It is not easy to perform some of this work that we perform. I recall years back, there was this outpatient department, and I got there, and they were calling for the doctor on call. Where is doctor so? There were many patients waiting to see this doctor, and he was nowhere to be found. So I just went and I left. As I was going, I saw a corner, dark corner like that, and I saw a figure in this dark corner, and I said, who is here? And I discovered that it is this doctor that they were looking for. What was he doing? He was actually crying like a baby. And I said, doctor, what's wrong? He said, ma, I'm sick. I have not slept for the past 2 days. I've been on call. And I felt for him. So, doing all this work, you are calling the doctor, come and attend to bed 12. Come and attend to bed 13. Come and attend to bed 14. We must acknowledge that it is a whole lot of tasks. The same thing with us. So we must encourage one another. We must ensure that we encourage the team member. Show respect to team member. They say respect begets respect. When you show respect, then people will respect you, and we must ensure that we trust one another. We must continuously evaluate meeting the goal of the team. What's our goal? Patient safety, best health outcome for our patient. And when you see that team members are derailing in providing quality services, we must quickly call attention and ensure that things are. How can nurses maintain their position as manager? Nurses must possess adequate knowledge that is required. There may be need to do training on how to participate as a team member, since it's coming up, as a fresh idea altogether. Nurses must be effective leader. We must ensure that we are involved in decision making, in communicating, motivating, and guiding team members. So when you are taking your place, then you are an effective leader. When it is time for word round on your ward, you don't even know what is happening there. You are not even available. Then you are not an effective leader. We must be role models. We must be an inspiration to others. We must earn respect. How? By portraying ourselves in a way to earn the respect of other members of the health team. What is the best way to present yourself to earn respect of others? And we must come together as a unified nursing front. If we don't come together, then it will be very difficult to be effective as a member of the team. Unity within the profession is essential to sustain teamwork in the healthcare. Joining our voices together into one voice will bring power to the profession and will be more effective as a member of the team. In conclusion, teams have the potential to achieve more than any individual could achieve alone. It is critical for members of the healthcare to take advantage of the variety of knowledge, skills, and ability available among disciplines. Embrace attitude that promotes teamwork for best patient outcome. Nurses must continue to recognize the importance of their collaboration with other members of the healthcare team to sustain teamwork in ensuring best outcome for patients. Thank you.
For the next 2 minutes, let's take a special rendition from the university band. But just before that, I'm happy to inform you that we have in the house the Secretary General and Registrar of the Nursing and Midwifery Council of Nigeria, Dr. Farouk Umar Abubakar, ably and well represented by the Director, Head of the Department of Planning, Research and Statistics in the Council, Dr. Iman Odontre. You're welcome, sir.
Let go!
father to the brother of my sister's cousin. That was hard to understand, right? Sometimes life can be like that. Life can be hard not to crack, but that does not mean that we should crash. I mean, what fun is there if we collapse? This is for the authority, lecturers that taught with all dignity. Education is not a common commodity. It is not something with high liquidity, but sorry, Sagade, but you still taught us with all simplicity. If not be saying we won't calm down, for don't paint the school with gratitude graffiti. This is for the mamas that never give up. I mean, from the very first time of your stomach leveling up, knowing fully well that you have to carry a pain in you down and up. Yet for 9 months and more, you kept it up. We don't even count the time when you don't shop, when we don't shop up. Daddy, I was on YouTube the other day and a girl mentioned that men are scum. Some men are just spam. But thank you because you are not one of them. You wash just you full time. If not be you, who could they pay our school fees full term? Now go day. Thank you, Eshegon, Dalu. And this is for you, babe. Guy, you try not be small. I mean, from Ondo to Akure, the late night, the post in the clinic, you did a good job. You did a good job to come in the men, not be moi. But even if now I get bread, you shop them well. You did a good job.
Next is the address by the registrar of the council, that is the Nursing and Midwifery Council of Nigeria. The registrar and CEO is Dr. Farouk Umar Abubakar, but on this occasion represented by Dr. Iman Odontre. Please put your hands together for him as he addresses gathering.
With my mates before induction into nursing profession.
Thank you very much. The Vice Chancellor of the University of Medical Sciences, Ondo State, ably represented by the DVC, and other principal officers of the university. Let me please stand on the existing protocols, as we usually say in our country. Thank you very much. I want to apologize greatly for coming in late, please. I had planned the journey right from 8 o'clock flight to Akure, but the flight was cancelled without prior information. If I had prior information yesterday, I would have taken a taxi conveniently into Akure and then relaxed. Please, thank you very much for accepting my apology. Thank you. An address and exhortation during the induction ceremony of the graduates of the Bachelor of Nursing Science, University of Medical Sciences, Ondo State. It is a great privilege for me to represent the Nursing and Midwifery Council of Nigeria during this induction ceremony of the graduates of the Bachelor of Nursing Science program of University of Medical Sciences, Ondo State. On behalf of the management of the Nursing and Midwifery Council of Nigeria, I extend to the Vice Chancellor and the management of the university the warm felicitation of the Secretary General / Registrar, Nursing and Midwifery Council of Nigeria, who is unavoidably absent due to other official engagements. Induction ceremony like this is an opportunity to recognize and introduce new members formally to a profession, and is a time-honored tradition that signifies that one is welcome into the family of practitioners of a particular field, and in this case, the nursing profession. So to our new graduates who are going to be inducted today, I say congratulations. The hurdle was not an easy one, but you have successfully crossed the first phase of the journey. You have shown that in learning and in character, You are graduates of this great institution, worthy to be inducted into the noble profession of nursing. You have successfully passed the professional examination of the Nursing and Midwifery Council of Nigeria for general nurses, and your names have been officially entered into the register of the Nursing and Midwifery Council of Nigeria for general nurses. Your effort and hard work have paid off at last. Congratulations once more. To the happy parents and guardians who are here, I also say congratulations. Your care, moral and material support was enormous, yet worthwhile. Thank you for supporting these young ones financially and morally through the period of their education. To the Vice Chancellor and the Dean and all the principal officers of the university who are here, a big congratulations too. The success, or this success, would not have been possible without your hard work, guidance, counsel, both in the academic and clinical areas. The Vice Chancellor, sir, the Nursing and Midwifery Council of Nigeria is very happy that you are working with us to promote and maintain excellence in nursing and midwifery education and practice in line with global best practice. Reports reaching the Council have indicated that Nigerian nurses are performing excellently well in various countries of the world, and this is a clear testimony that our institutions are implementing the curricular content of the nursing program efficiently and effectively. Please, sir, keep the flag flying. To our inductees, this induction would not be complete without some word of exhortation. What a unique period to begin your career as professional nurses. Nurses are today in very high demand all over the world. After your induction and internship, you will have a lot to do, and much will be expected from you. Explore the world and the opportunity that it offers. But do not forget your parents, your guardians, and your alma mater. Always keep in touch, visit, and contribute your quota towards supporting your parents and this institution. There has never been a time in history that the profession of nursing is so valued and appreciated than now. The World Health Organization had not only declared year 2020 as the year of the nurse, but has also brought once more to the fore that nurses, by virtue of their education and numerical strength, play pivotal roles in healthcare delivery system of any nation. The World Health Organization had equally noted that if nurses are empowered, properly placed, and given the enabling environment to practice and contribute to health policy development, the achievement of the universal health coverage and the sustainable development goals would be accelerated. This is the time that nurses across the globe have been given and called upon to take expanded roles in healthcare. As you begin your professional career, the frontiers are wide open both in the clinical and academic areas. The Council wants you to bear in mind that the nursing practice of today will not be the same tomorrow, and you must keep pace with the emerging trends. The world is becoming more standardized, more and more people can access knowledge and the far-flung corners of the world, thanks to ICT and globalization. The demography of the world and our country is changing. Population aging is increasing. Many of our older persons are in need of palliative and long-term care. Because of dwindling community networks, disintegration of extended family system, and migration of younger family members to urban areas and foreign countries due to socioeconomic reasons. Emerging diseases, especially non-communicable diseases and chronic conditions, are on the increase. Yet, we have not completely grappled with the existing robust and strong healthcare system and a comprehensive healthcare insurance scheme for better healthcare coverage and improved health accessibility. It is in the context of these emerging challenges that nurses are called upon and required to respond by providing care to soothe frail nerves and to calm agitated minds, to promote health and alleviate suffering, to restore health and prevent illness. You have been equipped with the knowledge, skills, and attitude to provide this care to individuals sick and well, and to the dying, to nurse to a peaceful death. Remember that to whom much is given, much is demanded. Caring is the fundamental essence of nursing. It is the core foundation of nursing. Therefore, provide care always with compassion and empathy. Communicate this care, the essence of nursing, through your actions, words, and attitude. The editor of the American Nurse Today, Dr. Pamela Cipriano, a nurse, succinctly wrote in 2007, "The essence of nursing is professional knowledge and caring. While knowledge represents the science of nursing, caring represents the art of nursing. Caring in nursing requires professional knowledge, professional vigilance, and therapeutic communication. You must do your best to live up to these high professional standards. Our clients may not see the knowledge and skills of nurses, but they certainly see, feel, and appreciate when nurses care. Both the science and the arts must be present for high-quality nursing to take place. What is required of you as nurses will sometimes be simple and familiar, but at times it will be complex and not easily discernible. But be assured that as you live up to the high ideals of this noble profession, you will touch lives in many ways you could not even imagine. Bear in mind that your noble duty is to safeguard the essence and virtues of the nursing profession and to transmit it to the next generation. Be willing to learn from your senior colleagues, no matter their qualifications, starting from the period of internship onward. Be quick to ask questions when in doubt. Be keen in your observations, smart in your thoughts, and agile in your actions. Be vigilant to anticipate and provide prompt care. Always provide safe and qualitative care and nothing less. Be familiar with the code of ethics for nurses, the rules and regulations guiding nursing education and practice in Nigeria, the standard of practice, as well as the policies of the institution or organizations you will serve in. Always abide by the standards and ethics of the profession wherever you are. Always be responsible and accountable. The Nursing and Midwifery Council of Nigeria wish you success in your endeavors as professional nurses. We encourage you to step out into the world boldly, to explore, to practice, and to render selfless service to humanity. When you successfully do this, your success will not be yours alone, but also that of your parents, that of your lecturers, that of your institution, and that of the nursing profession and our country at large. Once more, congratulations, and thank you very much.
A round of applause for the Registrar of the Council. Thank you very much, sir. Mr. Vice Chancellor, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we have gradually come to the peak of this induction ceremony. May I, at this point, invite the Dean, the acting Dean for the Faculty of Nursing, Unimed Ondo, to present the inductees to the registrar. Please put your hands together for Dr. M.M. Oladapo.
Can the inductees stand up and remain standing? I hereby present the inductees to the representative of the Secretary General, National Medical Council of Nigeria.
The Vice Chancellor and the all principal officers of the university, it is my honor and privilege to induct the fresh graduate nurses from this noble university. So please, you will repeat after me. When I say I, you put your name, then a graduate of Faculty of Nursing, University of Medical Sciences, Ondo State. Then we'll continue with the rest. Okay, all right. I, a graduate of solemnly pledge to provide competent and quality care to the sick and well individuals, regardless of race, religion, and status in diverse settings. In full knowledge of the obligations I am undertaking, I will endeavor to alleviate suffering, promote health, prevent illness, and refrain from any action that is deleterious and mischievous or might endanger life. I will respect at all times the dignity of the patients, families, and communities under my care. Holding in confidence all personal information entrusted to me. I will maintain my professional knowledge and skills at the highest level and collaborate with all members of the healthcare team. I will abide by the Nursing and Midwifery Council of Nigeria standards of practice for nurses and midwives. I will be responsible and accountable at all times for my nursing actions and decisions. I will do my utmost to abide by the Code of Ethics of Nursing according to the Nursing and Midwifery Council of Nigeria. And will uphold the integrity of the professional nurse. I make these promises freely and upon my honor. So help me God. Amen. The Vice Chancellor, sir, we have the brand new graduate nurses of these institutions. I want to say that their names have been entered into the register for general nurses. And I have with me their licenses, their induction certificates, and their badges. But the conditions you will meet in order to be given those materials are, you will fill this induction oath, you'll put your index number, your registration number, and sign, and hand over. I can also sign, and then I will hand over to your dean for signature. That's one. Then number two, you will take photographs with your family and celebrate, but you will have to return the gowns. Please don't take the gowns home. And then three, you will have to sign the induction register. It is upon meeting these conditions that your dean will hand over your induction certificate, your license, and your badges to you. Otherwise, you will not be able to practice. Please do that today. Today. By evening, you should be able to return these and collect your materials. All right, please, before you sit down, you will have to appreciate the Vice Chancellor and the management of the university, your lecturers. Where are they now? Some of them, yes, they are here. And then your parents. This is what you will do. Listen. So first of all, you'll take a bow. And this is how to take a bow. You remove your hat and take a bow. A good bow. First to the Vice Chancellor and the management of the university. Then I will also ask you to take a bow to your lecturers, and then you'll take a bow. You will turn and take a bow to your parents and guardians. So let's start. You'll take a bow first to the university represented by the Vice Chancellor and the management and all the principal officers. Please take a bow. Thank you. You will now take a bow to your lecturers. Turn to this side. And then you take a bow to your parents and guardians behind. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, sir.
Another round of applause for the registrar. Thank you very much, sir. Next is the presentation of awards by the National President University Graduate of Nursing Students Association, GONSA, and this will be done by Mr. Okpeyemi Ojo. A round of applause for him.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Please, I will beg to please allow me to stand on existing protocol. And a day like this is a special day in the life of the inductees and in the life of the department and the university as a whole. But I will also appreciate the presence of the representative of the council or Secretary General. Thank you for coming. We really appreciate you. I will also appreciate our DNS in the state. I always respect you. because she's a mother in a time of need, a leader by excellence, and a mature mother of moral. So count on her anytime. She will always be there for you. And our other DNS at the clinical, I will also appreciate you, ma'am. Please, because whenever we need her assistance, she's always there. And we appreciate her too. And our mother association, being ably represented by Comrade Kende Olomiye. Thank you, because NAM is a big umbrella for us of all, and they have different pressure groups, which we agree with other there. So I always appreciate them, because without them, nobody can stand in nursing in Nigeria. Thank you for coming. Great nurses. If you are just finishing your secondary school, I think I'm going to take that for you. But as somebody who has passed through the fire of nursing, you have been turned to gold and ready to take the world by surprise. I expect more than you, from you. Great nurses. Thank you very much. I am delighted on behalf of the National Executive Council of the University Graduate of Nurse Science Association once again to be invited to this induction ceremony of this institution. This is indeed a milestone achievement to the newly graduated students of the Department of Nursing Science. It is an honor that we do not take for granted. Our fraternity appreciation is to the leadership of the Department of the Nursing Science and the Faculty of the Nursing Science rather, and the other departments under it, and to the management of this great citadel of excellence. So dear colleagues, as we are joining this prestigious profession of nursing today, to continue the perpetuation of your selfless professional care to humanity, a practice by our dear mother, Florence Nightingale, I am deeply honored to be here for your enlistment into the association. Ugonza, as a professional association of nurses with minimal qualification of first degree in nursing science, while the NAM is our umbrella body, ensures that the qualitative education you acquire in the university is translated into qualitative care for mankind by continuing to enlarge the scope of your clinical skills, research capabilities, and critical reasoning, as well as keeping you abreast with the latest evidence-based trends and international best practices. So, henceforth, you shall be part of our monthly peer review scientific sessions where live clinical scenarios are reported and practically reviewed for capacity building, clinical audit, and uplift of professionalism. In our annual National Professional Conference and scientific updates, you shall also continually join the other graduate nurses across the length and breadth of the country to take an audit of our professional growth and development and steer our collective aspiration for a better profession that is responsive to dynamism of health and healthcare in order to consolidate and improve on the role of our nursing profession in providing frontline care. May I, at this point in time, implore you to advance your academic pursuit through postgraduate studies in any area of your choice, utilizing the endless opportunities and specialty that nursing profession present to excel in your nursing career. Such specialty, among others, include MSc in medical surgical nursing, nursing education, nursing administration, pediatric nursing, anesthetic nursing, ophthalmic nursing, and so on. So, on this note, on behalf and in the name of Ugonza, formally enlist you as bona fide registered member of the association as you live here for anywhere on earth in pursuit of all continuation of this chosen career. We enjoy you not to only sing but also live our slogan, make a positive change, Ugonza, make a positive change. Thank you. As our tradition is, I am going to give award to the deserving people among you. Don't worry, all of you are winners, but we need to single some people out just to appreciate their efforts. Well, because we believe in leadership in administration, I am going to start with the Leadership Award. So we have categories like Leadership Award, the best in academics, that's the outstanding performance in academics, and also in research. But we know that leaders are not likely to be the best students in their class. Therefore, they always share their time to solve the challenges of others. And after the school, we always see them grow more and be more powerful even among their peers. And that is why we cherish this, and we are going to give the award to the deserving person among you. And because our registrar is also a man of leadership, I will also call on the representative of the registrar to please join me on the podium to give the award to Nurse Adeniyi Rachel Ayomide. So the award also go with accompanying cash prize, which we also give with the award. The outstanding performer in academics, we have 2 people in this category that have made first class. Yeah, so we are going to call on them. We have Nurse Lawa Abdurabi Adesola. If you have your parents here, they can also come along with us for a photograph. Yes, sorry, I made a little mistake. The Lawa is for research. Thank you, the best in research. Well, we also have our international journal, Nursing Scope. We will not only publish your work freely, we also pay you for doing that. Thank you. So the second person that made for class is Ogun Ribido Adejoke Antonio. The first person on the list of the best in academics is Nurse Adeniyi Rachel Ayomide. The association also appreciate the efforts of people who are the center of this induction planning coordination, which is the induction chairman. So on behalf of the national executive of the association, we are calling on two people. Number one is Mrs. Iwaola to come for the token from the association. The second person, I think where I wrote it just fell down. So there is Mrs. Adamolekun. If it's not here, then we are going to get across to her. Thank you very much. So to all the inductees, you are all winners. Make sure you shoot high, aim high, target the sun. Even if you miss it, end up within the stars. Thank you very much.
Blessings for your head, Yola Bala, give me your hand and shoulder. But I don't go there. Yola Bala, give me your hand and shoulder. Push me shoulder back up. Blessings for your head, Yola Bala, give me your hand and shoulder.
Next is a professional charge by the Director of Level Services, Ministry of Health, and that should be done in 2 minutes or less. Please put your hands together for Mrs. A.I. Ogundele. Dr. A.I. Ogundele.
The Vice Chancellor ably represented, all other protocols duly respected. I must welcome the Secretary General to this occasion. I congratulate the inductees of today. It takes a lot of toiling, determination, and discipline to get to where you are today. I also congratulate the Vice Chancellor and entire members of staff of this great institution and the parents of today. As you step into another phase of life, I charge you to be of good conduct as an ambassador of Ondo State. You are qualified to work in any endeavor of nursing, having been licensed by the Nursing and Midwifery Council of Nigeria. Note that as a professional, you do not know it all. So be ready to learn from those you meet on the field. Be loyal, dedicated to your duty. Be courageous to ask questions anytime you are in doubt. Note that life is sacred. Do not do anything dangerous to life of others. Nursing is about caring. You have had much of this. Your work life must spell caring. C stands for compassion, competence, courage, commitment. A for accountability, R for responsibility and responsiveness, I for interdependence, but you can still stand alone, N for nobility, you are honorable, G for greatness, gentleness, and goodness. These values will make you productive, efficient, and effective. Put up a positive attitude. Be energetic and enthusiastic about whatever you do as you practice your profession. May God help you. Once again, congratulations.
Thank you very much. The next will be coming from the president of the Lugosa in person of Comrade Kende Olomi. Another 2 minutes. Now, Dr. or Comrade Kende Olomi, a round of applause for him.
The Vice Chancellor. Minutes goes out, that is word G. The Director of Research and Statistics of the Council knows that. And I pray and I believe that our parents here will accept his apology. And mine are too, as a member of the professional body now. I'm congratulating the council. I'm congratulating the University of Medical Science, Ondo, the entire academic crew. For one thing, they are bringing to our association a principal officer in any civil service in Nigeria, no doses inclusive. They will be entering into the service on grade level 10, take it or leave it. Do not, please listen to yourself. Listen attentively to yourself. The third time, listen critically to yourself. Do not accept anything less than that. They have trained you. Let me go briefly, because of 2 minutes, into the historical perspective of where you are. Someone is here. They are all here. We mentioned their name, Dr. Mrs. Oladapo, Dr. Akiotiko. Our lecturer here, Dr. C.B. Bello. If you remember, ma, there's something we call a protest. Adenuga must go. A minority report brought you what you are handing today. And that person listened to herself, no any other person. And she wrote that minority report. And what they asked, is there any graduate nurse in Ondo State? She said, we have a lot. She's part of it. Fortunately, she's not a director of nursing. By the time the directorate is being created, the person that is delivering a lecture to you today is the second director of nursing services in the hospital management board. You can attest to that. And the third person is here with us, Mrs. Jetunde Olawale. And the policy, we have a substantive second director of nursing services in person of Dr. Alice Ogundele. If this woman refuses to listen to herself, we will not be here where we are today. And I admonish you, pleaded with you, the nursing HM remain our assessor. It has been said, the Council of Church said it, the global is in need of nursing services. The political statement in Ondo State is one thing that you don't know, is because nursing services is not given a premium in our services. Should it be that we have a policy of permanent secretary, there will not be any political statement in Ondo State. It will go. Finally, I will thank the visionary of this university in person of Dr. Mimiko Olusegun. I am not a politician. He has everything within him to change the name of this university to his name. Some days ago, I am from Ebonyi State. I know what is happening there. Someone was there that established something like this and put his name there. Yes. If he does that, then my professional colleagues, a principal officer, listen to yourself, and listen critically to yourself. On behalf of the president of this association, in person of Comrade Nurse Inashi Michael Ibuma, and the General Secretary, Thomas Yechima, I welcome you to this noble profession, highly disciplined and regimental in nature. You don't take it from them. Congratulations, congratulations. It is a good job, and I thank the parents. God bless you.
With my mates before induction into nursing profession.
Thank you very much, professional operation of inductees. Please, there is an issue with this car numbered APC 27ORJ. Abuja. Please, if that is your car, you have to attend, go out now and check it. ABC 27ORJ. There is an issue with that car. Next is the professional decoration of inductees, and this will be done by Mrs. O.M. Iwaola. A round of applause for her as she steps forward. The candidates or the inductees will come in from the left-hand side of the stage and exit from the right-hand side. So they have a handshake with the registrar of the council, the vice chancellor of the university.
Standing on the existing protocol, the Vice Chancellor, ably represented by the DVC academics, Professor Rosangela Huuba, permits me to invite the inductees to the honors corner for decoration. And to carry out this assignment, I would like to invite the Director of Nursing Services in our midst, starting with Dr. Obdele from the Ministry of Health. Director of Nursing Services, Ministry of Health, can you please step down to the honors corner? Director of Nursing Services, Hospital Management Board, Mrs. Olawale. The Director of Nursing Services, Primary Healthcare Board, Mrs. Kajero. And our personal person, the Director of Nursing Services, University of Medical Science Teaching Hospital, Mrs. Ajetumobi. Please join them. Please, as you hear your name, please step to the honors corner. And after being decorated, please step for the handshake of the VC representative and the registrar. Thank you. Ogunmakinwa Damilola Sheun. Oludoju Oyindamola. Adegbola Folashade. Adebukolu. Adeshitimi. Adewumi Damilola. Agunbi Ade Oluwasemi Lore. Ariyo Omobolale. Akiniposun Taibat. Eze Precious. Fadiji Temiloluwa, Fagbongbe Idowu, Ibadin Shalom, Kola Adebayo Iyanu Oluwa, Lawa Abdurrabi Adesola, Ndoma Egba, Ogini Oluwaseun, Omobolanle, Oladele Fatima, Shonibare Dorcas, Temitayo Titilayo Gift, Adepeju Faithfulness. Adepeju Faithfulness, Adeniyi Rachel Ayomide, Adepoju Kehinde, Suleiman Olamide. Suleiman Olamide, Aremu Ajoke, Owó ní Fáàrí Fẹ́mi Joseph, Mákànjúọlá Oyèrẹ́nikẹ́, Adédìran Joy. Akanjuola Oyerenike, Adediran Joy, Adetomiwa Abimbola, Adeyanju Adebusola, Afẹ́rẹ̀ Àánú Olúwapọ̀, Afọlábí Yẹmí Àjọkẹ́, Afọláyan Peace Ọ̀nà Ọpẹ́mipọ̀, Àjàní Ayọ̀mídé Emmanuel, Àjàyí Olúwanífẹ́mi Favour, Akérédolú Olúwaṣeun Sarah, Afọlábí Yẹmí, Afọláyan Peace, Àjàní Ayọ̀mídé, Àjàyí Ayọ̀kànmí, Akérédolú Olúwaṣeun, Àjàyí Olúwafẹ́mi, Akínbọ̀dé Favour, Akínkùótù Ayọ̀mídé, Akínkùótù Ayọ̀mídé, Amadu Precious, Awópéjú Elizabeth, Awótúlà Bùkọ́lá, Ayéyítolúlọpẹ́, Ayéyítolúlọpẹ́, Ayílóge Christiana, Ẹ̀yìnọlá Mọ́yọ̀sóore, Fágoróyè Àánú Olúwapọ̀, Fámákin Sharon, Frank Ima, Hassan Joy, Ìrìnyẹnìkan Fèyípìtàn, Lawal Medinat Ògolúwatóyìn, Mary C Tèmítọ́pẹ́ Rebecca, Monílárí Olúwabùsọ́lámi, Odùtóyè Khadija, Ògúnríbidó Adéjọkẹ́, Adéjọkẹ́, Ògúnṣakin Mọ́yọ̀sóore, Ògúnṣuyì Adédàmọ́lá, Òkópinà Favour, Ọláòṣèbìkan Patience, Ọlọ́runṣọlá, Sẹ̀míù Tolúwalọpẹ́ Adijat, Ṣítù Bímpé Ayọ̀bámi, Yusuf Barakat Joy, Abíọ́dún Wonderful, Abiodun Wonderful, Ugu Mamushi Esther Oyinse,
final bows, and this will be conducted by the acting dean of the Faculty of Nursing, Dr. Margaret M. Oladapo. Please step forward, ma'am, to conduct this part, the final bows.
Face the stage, please. Face the stage. Remove your caps. You take the final bow to management, Vice Chancellor, all the people that had produced you. You take the final bow now to them. You first, Professor lecturers. The lecturers, all the lecturers that had contributed to your success. You take the final bow to them. Cap, remove. Okay. You now face your parents. Face your parents and take the final bow because they had produced the money, the funds and everything. They've taken care of you throughout. So, take the final bow to them now.
Cause I'm having a good time, having a good time. Shooting star leaping through the sky like a tiger, defying the laws of gravity. I'm a racing car, passing by like Lady Godiva. I'm gonna go, 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 there's no stopping me. I'm burning through the sky, 200 degrees, just while they call me Mr. Fahrenheit. I'm traveling at the speed of light. I wanna make a supersonic man out of you. Don't stop me now. I'm having such a good time. I'm having.
See, I just came back from Ghana, and I wanna share this dance that everyone's doing over there. Kirby tried to show me how to do it. He sat me down in this place, and he said to me, Fuse! Nobody wanna see you rising, and when they do, they don't even like it. They just wanna see you deep in crisis. Drive yourself, you don't need a license. Follow her, she can even ride it. Go ahead, make your feet just like this. Don't show me the latest. We walk over the haters. Now watch me do my Ondo, Ondo, Ondo. Now watch me do my Ondo, Ondo, Ondo. Now watch me do my Ondo, Ondo, Ondo. Now watch me do my Ondo, Ondo. We walk over the haters. Now watch me do my Ondo, 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 Ondo. Fuse! See, I just came back from Ghana, and I want to share this dance that everyone's doing over there.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Next is the response from the representative of the inductees. And the inductee to do that is Lawa Abdurobi Adeshola.
Thank you. All praises and adorations are given to Allah, the Lord of the universe, who without His permission would not be here today. All protocols are duly observed. As we are gathered here for this beautiful event, which is our induction into the noble profession, it will not speak well of us if we do not give accolades to those who deserve it. I would like to start from the government who created this great institution where knowledge is impacted and passed to the younger generations for the continuity of care of the general society, as is being said in our anthem. Touching lives and making impact in the nation is our goal. It is of our utmost pleasure to say a big thank you to them, because without them, we will not be here. Their support and changes made in the school are appreciated, and we use this medium also to further plead for more support for the university. Our sincere appreciation goes to the faculty, which has served as a training site and guidance to all of us in terms of providing lecturers that did their work diligently and even went beyond the aspect of the four corners of the classroom to guide us. They have been good fathers, mothers, counselors, motivators, and even supervisors to all of us. We say a big thank you. It will be a great aberration for us not to mention someone special to all of us here. A mother, a grandmother, a motivator, a great lecturer and teacher, who when the whole world thought we will not make it, said, we will, we shall, we must, we have to make it. In person of Dr. Oladapo, MM. Five gosa to her. And please roll a big thank you to her also. Thank you very much, ma'am. Conclusively, to the generals that led us in the Word to Glory from 100 level to date, one gosa for each and every one of these general. General Ogunshaki, gosa. General Iloge, gosa. General Sulaiman, General Ajayi, General Ajayi, and General Adeni, and finally General Ajani. We say a big thank you. To all of us, the non-Paris 22, it is a great honor that we all met each other, because I know the sky is just the beginning for all of us. It is not easy to say goodbye today, but it's something we must do, because we have to do it to become greater than what we are now. I love you all, and God bless you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Next is closing remarks by the Vice Chancellor, Unimed Ondo, ably represented by the DVC Acad of the University, Professor Rosangela Wumba.
Blessings for your head give me your hand and shoulder.
Great Unimed students, great nursing students, and parents that came for this induction. I'm not going to do a long speech, just to say thank you and to apologize for the delay in the onset commencing of this program. It's unlike Unimed, but thank God you came. We've come to the end. God will lead you back safely. And to our graduates and the celebrants, we wish you the best in all your endeavor. Thank you for coming. God bless you all.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Next is and finally, the vote of thanks by Dr. M.I. Edward. A round of applause for Dr. Edward as he gives the vote of thanks.
Standing on the existing protocol, I want to use this opportunity to appreciate the Almighty God who has helped us since the beginning of the planning of this program thus far. May his name be glorified. Then I want to use this opportunity to appreciate the support of our Vice Chancellor, who is unavoidably absent and is being represented by the DVC Lacard, Professor Rosangela. I want to appreciate the presence of our Deputy Vice Chancellor and Professor Rosangela, the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Administration, and all the principal officers here present. I want to appreciate all our guests that are here present for your patience since morning that you have been here. Then I want to use this opportunity to appreciate our guest speaker, Dr. C.B. Bello, then all our invited guests, our DNSs, the DNS Ministry of Health, the DNS, the Primary Health Care Board, the DNS Hospitals Management Board, and all other DNSs. Then I want to appreciate all these deans here present, all the HODs from the university, all the university staff. I want to appreciate the happy parents of today and the inductees of today who made today the time for them to be showcased. They have been so responsible since the time where God has given them to us. Thank you for being present. So, finally, I want to say sincerely that this university is an enviable university. So, therefore, let everyone here present emulate the guests. That is, the gesture that the university has, because we have uninterrupted academic calendars. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you for your endurance. The registrar, we appreciate the Almighty God for bringing you safely. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you very much, ma'am. May we all be on our feet as we take the anthems in reverse order. We'll start with the nurses anthem, thereafter the Unimed anthem, Ondo State anthem, and finally the national anthem. First, nurses anthem.
We are called to self-humanity, and down with the art and science of caring. We are built on integrity and discipline that transcends through every generation. Immaculate and unbeatable, we are the salt of hope to anyone, and the foundation for building a healthy world. Together we shall stand, no seas of grace, no seas of caring, an epitome of humility and service. We are specially ordained for this vocation. Yes, I'm proud to be in us. From near and far we have gathered with one goal, to uphold the good name of our profession, and for neatness and splendor, you for understanding, I for responsiveness, S selfless service, I innovative and initiative, and vulnerability, G for gentleness and love, no seas of grace, no seas of caring, an epitome of humility in service. We are specially ordained for this vocation. Yes, I'm proud to be in us.
Thank you. Next is the university anthem. select the state anthem. And finally, the national anthem, the first stanza only, please. Thank you very much. Please remain standing while the Vice Chancellor's procession departs in reverse order.
Iwagoro bada achora mema ayo Ichawe manije na kema ayo Ijele ndi wanya putakegu ayo Esege ndi wanya putakegu ayo Kerizo ndora na manitegu ayo Larika kiye wajema
Mene nife mene invite making sure no matter yada Ane esha tete bimda sabba from the man gala Ehangian
Larika achora mema ayo Ojongo noko achora mema ayo Iwagoro bada achora mema ayo Ichawe manije na kema ayo Ijele ndi wanya putakegu ayo Esege ndi wanya putakegu ayo Kerizo ndora na manitegu ayo Larika kiye wajema
Mene nife mene invite making sure no matter yada Ane esha tete bimda